There are places on this planet that feel like a mistake, like Earth broke its own rules. A lake of acid in a desert below sea level. A cave sealed for 5 million years, full of life. An island where the trees look like they were designed by aliens. A crater that has been on fire for over 50 years. And a waterfall in Antarctica that bleeds. 5 real places, all documented, all explainable barely, and all still here. By the end of this video, you'll realize the strangest planet we've ever discovered is this one. Place 1. The Danakil Depression, the gates of hell in Ethiopia. This is one of the lowest, hottest places on the surface of the Earth. Average daily temperatures run over 34 degrees Celsius. Year-round, it can reach 50. The land sits 125 meters below sea level, on the seam where 3 tectonic plates are tearing apart. The ground here is not brown or green, it is neon. Acid pools glow toxic yellow and alien green, ringed with orange salt crusts. Springs bubble up water that is not water. It's brine soaked in sulfur and iron, hot enough to cook with. Some pools have a pH near 0. Battery acid is gentler, and yet, in this poison, scientists found microbes, alive, thriving, organisms that eat rock chemistry instead of sunlight. NASA studies them because Danakil may be the closest thing on Earth to early Mars. The Afar people who live here mine salt slabs by hand, as their ancestors did for centuries. They call it the land of death, and they walk it daily. If we ever find life on another planet, it will probably look like what lives here. Place 2. Movil Cave, the world that time sealed away. Romania, 1986. Workers scouting land for a power plant drill into something strange. A cave, sealed off from the rest of the planet for 5.5 million years. No light has entered, almost no air has been exchanged, and it is full of animals. Down in the dark, the air would knock you unconscious. Low oxygen, toxic hydrogen sulfide. The water is coated with a strange white film. That film is the whole secret. It's a mat of bacteria that eat sulfur and methane. No sunlight required. That bacterial slime is the bottom of the food chain. Everything else eats it, or eats what eats it. 48 species live there. 33 exist nowhere else on Earth. Blind spiders, white scorpions, translucent leeches, centipedes that have never seen light. Most are pale, eyeless, with extra long limbs for feeling through the black. This is a complete, independent ecosystem, a parallel evolution experiment running since before humans existed. Fewer people have entered Movil Cave than have walked on the moon. Scientists suit up like astronauts to visit, because in every way that matters, it is another world. And it was under a Romanian field the whole time. Place 3. Socotra, the island that evolution forgot to update. In the Arabian Sea, 4 islands drifted alone for over 20 million years. Socotra is what happens when life is left completely undisturbed. It becomes alien. A third of its plants exist nowhere else on the planet. The most famous is the dragon's blood tree. It looks like an umbrella turned inside out. Cut its bark and it bleeds a deep red resin. Ancient Romans used it as medicine and dye. Cucumber trees swell like bottles. Desert roses bulge from bare rock like sculptures. Naturalists call it the most alien-looking place on Earth, and no one argues. 600 species of insects here exist only here. The islanders speak Socotri, an ancient language with no written form, older than Arabic. For centuries, the island was protected by isolation. Now that isolation is breaking. Climate cyclones, goats, and war have started erasing what took 20 million years to grow. Botanists are racing to seed bank the dragon's blood trees before the old ones die. Socotra is a message from a different version of Earth. We get to read it for maybe one more generation. Place 4. The Door to Hell. The fire that man lit and cannot put out. Turkmenistan, the Karakum Desert. A glowing crater, 70 meters wide, burning day and night. It has been on fire since before most people watching this were born. The story begins in 1971 with Soviet engineers drilling for gas. The ground collapsed into a hidden cavern. Methane began leaking toward nearby villages. The engineers made a quick decision: burn it off, it should only take a few weeks. That was more than 50 years ago. The crater has burned every second since, through storms, wars, and the fall of the Soviet Union itself. At night, the glow is visible from kilometers away. Locals named it the Door to Hell. Spiders are drawn to its warmth by the thousands, marching into the flames. One explorer has been to the bottom. In a heat suit, on ropes at 400 degrees. He found bacteria living in the burning soil. Governments keep announcing plans to extinguish it. The fire ignores them. Nobody knows how much gas is left. It could burn for another year or another century. A 5-decade mistake. Burning in the desert. The most honest monument humanity has ever built. Place 5. Blood Falls. The waterfall that bleeds from a glacier. Antarctica, the driest, coldest desert on Earth. A 5-story waterfall stains the ice blood red. For a century after its discovery, nobody could explain it. The water pours from inside Taylor Glacier. It should be frozen solid. It isn't. And it comes out red like the glacier is wounded. The source is a lake trapped under 400 meters of ice, sealed for maybe 2 million years. The water is 3 times saltier than the ocean, too salty to freeze. It's loaded with iron. When it finally touches air, it rusts instantly. The falls are literally rusting in real time. Earth's blood is iron, too. But the real discovery is what lives in that buried lake. Microbes, in total darkness, with no oxygen, surviving on iron and sulfur. An ecosystem that has been running on chemistry alone for 2 million years. It's the best evidence we have that life could survive under the ice of Europa or Mars. A bleeding glacier at the bottom of the world, quietly proving that life does not give up. Nature put the answer to our biggest question inside our coldest, most locked door. So 5 impossible places, what do they actually tell us? Every single one was declared lifeless at first glance. Every single one is alive. Acid pools, sealed caves, burning craters, buried lakes. Life took every deal on the table. That's the real lesson. This planet doesn't have empty corners. It has laboratories. And we've explored almost none of them. Estimates say 80% of Earth's species remain undiscovered. We named the planet after dirt. It turned out to be the strangest world in the known universe. The next impossible place might be under a field, like Moville, behind a glacier, like Blood Falls, somewhere no one has thought to drill, dive, or dig. Think about what that means for the search for alien life. We spend billions pointing telescopes at distant stars, looking for worlds that could support life. Meanwhile, life on our own planet keeps passing every impossible exam we find. Too acidic, too dark, too hot, too salty, too sealed. Life shrugs and signs the lease. Every one of these 5 places rewrote a rule in a biology textbook. Danakil taught us life can eat acid. Moville taught us it doesn't need the sun at all. Blood Falls taught us it can wait 2 million years in the dark without complaining. So when scientists say Europa's buried ocean might host life, they're not dreaming. They're quoting this planet's own Roshi Sumo Sea. So here's my question for you. Which of these 5 would you visit if you could survive the trip? Tell me in the comments. And keep looking down as much as you look up, because the aliens we're searching for might already be here. They just live in the places we called impossible.